Morning monologue, day number 4. Iterative process, trying to get better every single day along the way. What I've learned so far is that the last year was spent on self-discovery. Now I would like to move with intention. So here we are. I got a microphone, got a table. That's good. You have to see the production quality improve as we go along. Of course, as always, $1 premium large roast coffee from McDonald's. Stay caffeinated. That's good. So this morning, I did the Huberman no caffeine 90 minutes after waking protocol. It's probably because it was just my first time doing it, maybe all the lack of sleep over the past however many weeks, but felt tired, so it's good to have the caffeine here. What's on my mind for day number 4 is starting. Generally speaking, starting is the hardest part for anything. Doesn't really matter what you're doing. For me, we can talk about this. Let's talk about this content, this new medium, like a solo podcast. I like the word monologue. My monologues. I just started. It sucked. Now, it still sucks. One day, maybe it won't suck. That's the idea. The tough part is that you have to do so much to move forward. It really requires a high level of accountability. Some people are naturals. I really wish that I was, but clearly I'm not. Another interesting point to note is that I'm posted up here in front of the window to get some natural light, and this is my 4th day doing this, and it has not been sunny on a single one of those days. So much for the natural light. It's still better than, I don't know what the filmmakers call it, synthetic light, whatever light bulbs are called. When it's sunny, you're going to be like, wow, that looks amazing. On a serious note, returning to the idea of starting for where I'm at now, it just takes so much energy to build the slightest bit of momentum. So for Why Acne, I've sent close to 100, if not a couple hundred, just cold DMs on Reddit to Reddit acne people. Yeah, you get a couple of users this way. I don't know why I imagine this would be this like shiny grand thing, like, oh, I built something, now I have users, but really it never really feels like anything's actually happening. I had someone come back for the first time yesterday, and you would think that would be like a huge deal, and it kind of is. It means that someone found the product I have interesting enough to want to use it a second time, but I don't know who this person is. I don't know anything about that. I have their email, but it's not personal. I want to be able to like help this person beyond just giving them that score. But on the idea of starting, the amount of work it takes to just get that one is so very high, and while doing this all has given me quite an appreciation for the others that have come before me. Some people just like naturals. Get what they're doing going right away. I don't think it's so easy. Hopefully this is the hardest part of the entire journey, but probably won't be. But I guess with that, as it gets harder, you get stronger, you get better. I remember freshman year of college, there was a girl who lived across the hall from me. She was telling me all these papers she had. I think it was like midterms or finals week. And I was like, how are you going to do all this work? Does it ever get easier? She's like, nope, doesn't get easier. You just get better at it. Meanwhile, she was just a sophomore in college at the time. Now I have my master's, and doing all those papers became so incredibly easy. But this is just like an entirely different arena. Entering the real world and having nothing, basically being nothing, takes a tremendous amount of lift just to become something, even the smallest little itty bitty bit, at least in the realm that's like out there, what I like to think of as this like business world that obviously exists, but like doesn't exist in my own tangible space. Maybe just because I haven't made any money. Maybe once I have money and I go spend it, then it'll exist. But to create something out there, it's just this really, really interesting challenge, really is what it is. It's like just figuring out how to do it, and there's so many resources out there, but it's really hard to determine what's valuable and what's not. Just about everyone's got something they want to sell, but I guess that's where I come in. It's my job to figure out what I think is valuable and to pursue that. So for acne, I've been built this MVP. It works. Been trying to get people to use it. Not even a week in. I launched on Friday last week. This is Thursday, so 6 days. I'm already like, all right, this isn't working. What can I go to next? And it's patience, self-belief. So easy. I've had self-belief for this entire year doing God knows what, wandering around. And now that I've got something concrete, I'm already considering jumping ship. But don't worry, I won't. Just need to calibrate again, recalibrate. I do need to, when it comes to starting, I think it's about like, there's a few different ways to look at it. One is you want to amass a certain gravitational pull so that others are basically sucked in to whatever you're doing. And you could argue that that's what I'm doing here, although I would say that this is fairly low leverage in that very few people will see this, especially this far into the video. Maybe some will see like the first 12 seconds and be like, okay, that's enough of that. But I was making a lot of short form content just about acne, seeing what others did in the space and kind of copying them. But I don't think that that was a good use of time. And so I let that discourage me. But in doing so, I guess where the value comes in is like now I'm realizing I need to start doing it again, like making content for why acne, but being more intentional with what that content is. So there does need to be some sort of a daily, maybe tri-daily output to get people to wonder what's going on and to want to check it out. But it's not me with my camera eating ginger first thing in the morning. It's definitely not that. It's also interesting because I'm a guy, all these influencers are girls. What is my most authentic voice within that? Starting. They say journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. I don't know what step I'm on, but it always feels like the first step, no matter how many steps you've taken. You know what? We'll say we're on step 2. I don't know. On a more philosophical note, I think that's because we're so used to being graded on what we do. Like in school, you submit an assignment and then you get a grade right away. In the real world, I built a couple things. I've made some videos. I've put them out there into the world, but there's no grade. Maybe that's why it doesn't feel like I've done anything. It's like if someone gave me a B+, I'd be like, oh, okay, I got a B+. Like, let me go study harder next time. But now it's like, all right, I got a couple of people using it. I don't know what they think. I really don't know anything. I guess that's kind of the fun part. It's all just a game on starting this little micro evolution of content. Got a microphone, got a table, get a little better every time, and yeah, I guess that's it. Day number 4, morning monologue. See you next time.